All right there. Oh, God. You know Louis C.K.? You know Louis C.K., the comedian, the brilliant comedian, the man that gave us Louis, the man that gave us Lucky Louis, the man that gave us special upon special, gave us interviews, gave us presentations, gave us monologues. Hilarious bloke. Do you know what that evil bastard did? Louis C.K. He went up to a woman. He went up to someone that he had a desire for. Someone he looked at and he thought, oh, there's something there. I can feel it. He approached her and he said to her, would you like to come up to my room and watch me masturbate? The evil, evil bastard. Oh, like Satan incarnate. How dare he? How dare he respond to his own sexuality? How dare he want to investigate his drives? How dare he go up to someone and simply suggest that they do something? Oh my God, what is this world coming to? I mean, I'm surprised the whole world didn't open up like a black hole and swallow everything. You know what happened? Do you know what happened when he done this? The woman, she said no. She said no to him. And it was done. It was dealt with. It was finished. It was over. This is not an issue. And he's lost everything. Louis C.K.'s lost everything. Projects he was working on, sponsorship deals, things coming up, all his past. It's over. He will never work again. Bing bong, finished. No, Louis C.K., you can't have a sexuality. Oh, no. You can't go approaching someone and suggesting that you do sexual things together. No. It's not on like that. Someone said that he done that. Yeah, decades ago. And now he's lost everything. Absolute fucking madness this is. I hear this all the time. I hear women going, I get so many unwanted sexual advances. Oh, really? Do you? How are men meant to know they're unwanted unless they give it a go? Yeah, have you ever thought about that? When you're putting on your lipstick, when you're putting on your makeup, when you're putting on your clothes, when you're putting on your heels to make your ass go in the air, when you're pushing your tits up in the middle, when you're making your cheekbones seem higher, when you're putting that lipstick on, drawing attention to your lips, when you are partaking in a game of attraction and seduction, coded language that has been developing for millennia, for centuries, when you go out and do that, you are already making sexual advances towards men. Life for a man is 24/7 sexual advances, because male sexuality is very visual. It's all I get. I walk around, I see women, they are engaging in that game of codes that has been developing alongside our DNA for millennia. And weirdly, we're not out there raping everyone, are we? Oh no, it's weird, isn't it? I know we're all monsters, obviously, because, we're talking about women. Oh, we're talking about females. Oh, how dare you approach them? If you were someone they wanted to have sex with, no problem. Come on, that's no problem, because they'd be nice guys. But no, you're meant to know. You're meant to ignore the fact that by their appearance, they've already seduced you, men. They've already seduced you, because that's why you choose her over her. Because something about her the way she's played her hand, the way she's made herself appear, has attracted you over her. This one has seduced you. So you go over there. It's absolute madness. Unwanted sexual advances. It was dealt with. She said no. And then what's the next thing you hear? Yeah, but he used his power because these women wanted to get into comedy and he was high up in comedy. Yeah. Do you know why he was high up in comedy? So that he could fuck women. That's why men do anything. That's what it's all about. He achieved that status. That's his social status. That's the sort of thing women like. They want someone with money, with a future, with ambition, with confidence, with power. And what you're saying, he can't use that. So let me work this out. If the woman was a cleaner, if she was a cleaner, so she didn't want to do anything in comedy, if Louis C.K. approached her, that would be fine. So he's got to know if they're in comedy. So if Louis C.K. fancies someone, he can't just go up to me. He's got to say, excuse me, do you want to get involved in comedy or television or anything like that? No? No, all right, then wicked. Do you want to come and watch me wank? That is insanity. What is the end game of this horrific mentality? It's like we'll have barcodes on our foreheads, and you know, every time you approach a woman, one of you ghastly Neanderthal men, she'll be able to bring up her reader and just put it on your forehead. And no, you won't even need barcodes. It'll all be on this: your sexual history, your legal history, your educational history, your financial history. Not even that, there'll be apps which will pull that information together, use a very advanced AI. I mean, we've seen how well AI has worked with Microsoft's Tay tweets and the ridiculous broad brushes of YouTube. Yeah, they'll go together with their clever little algorithms, and they'll be able to tell the woman if you might rape someone in the future, or if you might not have so much money in a couple of years because they've done their maths, and it'll buzz, it'll vibrate a little bit if someone's kind of all right, and if they're right on, it'll vibrate a lot. Yeah, you won't even need to talk to anyone in a few years, because that's where this kind of mentality is going. No, how dare you approach me? Don't you know I'm a female? Oh, a man, he came up to me, a man talked to me, a man, he dared like me, he dared find me attractive, he wanted to engage sexually with me. Oh, madness. And the thing about all this is, it's crazy that there's this tiny little selection of the population. What are we talking about? 20 or 30 people? Oh, it's everywhere. This is masculinity. This isn't just these people. They're using this to beat all men, and obviously white men in particular. And the very core of your being, your masculinity, it is toxic. Oh, it's awful, because 20 people in Hollywood, 20 odd people in Hollywood have done the different scales of things, from saying hello to raping, because that exists. The 4 billion sexually active men in the world, it's time you changed. Your very nature, the fact that you are other from women, the fact that you're a knuckle-dragging, raping, violent piece of shit means you need sorting out. What can you do? And that's what they do with this stuff. They'll take a handful of near sexual harassments. They'll redefine sexual harassment like they've redefined rape and prejudice and all these other things, and sexism and God knows what else. And they've changed the goalposts or moved the ballpark, etc., etc. You will fit into it. You'll find out. And what they will do is re-educate you and make you something other than you are. That is what this is about. It's absolutely terrifying. Let me show you this article I read. Hang on. Here we go. This is by Helen Rosner. 20 things men can do right the fuck now to support women beyond just literally ceasing to sexually harass us. Yeah, you evil shits. Don't you know I'm a woman? So here you go. So a handful of people in Hollywood have asked people to have sex with them, watched them have a wank. There's been some rapes. Let's put all that in together and let's judge all men. Here's some things men can do, yeah? Beyond just literally ceasing to sexually harass us. Why, thank you very much, you horrible, horrible bitch. Let's have a look what she says. A friend of mine who is a man, a friend of mine who is an evil man, reached out to me privately earlier today to say how paralysed he felt seeing the flood of Me Too posts on his Facebook wall. A phrase women are posting to indicate that they have been the victims of sexual harassment and assault. This is a good dude, as far as I know. As far as I know. Yeah, hang on, you just said it. This is a good dude, as far as I know. Autistic cognitive dissonance. Here, look at this. Amazing after she just set up this straw man. Here we are now, having to say, as far as I know, about our good dude friends. No, you are, because you're paranoid, you're mad, you have an agenda to stand behind, you have a narrative to dish out and send to the world. That's why, oh, look where we are now, because I just fucking said we are. Here we are now, having to say as far as I know about our good dude friends, because the truth is that probably plenty of guys are good dude friends. Probably. Unless you're one or two of 15 women they crossed the line with, whether or not they realise they crossed the line, because the line's always being redefined and moved anyway. Feminism is regularly lowering the bar on all sides. I haven't been personally assaulted by this guy. Really? I know that's probably surprising to you, but yeah, weird. It's not so surprising to all of us. I guess the only thing I can really say, I have never been personally assaulted by this guy, I guess is the only thing I can really say. This is terrible for him, and it's also terrible for me. Yeah, it is. So don't fucking say it. Don't think it. This is crazy. everything is terrible. This is a woman who makes a living writing this nonsense. This is her job, knocking this out. You could do it with one hand while watching the football. This is nonsense. We live in a world that is safer than it has ever been, where medicine is more effective and getting to more and more people. Communication media is growing daily. More people are being taken out of poverty daily. Everything is terrible. Yeah. Why is that? Because as far as I know, this is a good dude. He hasn't raped me anyway. Anyway, I replied to him that I'm glad he's having these realisations, but he should be talking about these feelings to other men. What? This is incredible. Not looking for affirmation or absolution or support from women. Oh, who says he was? I thought you two were friends. He might have just wanted to talk to you about it. Or he shouldn't be looking for affirmation or absolution or support from women who are dealing with their own shit when it comes to men and their feelings about sexual harassment and assault. Don't talk to women. They've got their own shit about what you evil bastards are doing to them. He's a good dude. Yeah. Guess what, Helen Rosner? Most of them are. Yeah, it's shocking, isn't it? I've been around men all my life. They're lovely people on the whole. They do nice things. They care about people. They're kind. They're generous. They're dedicated. They're committed. They're honest. Yeah. Imagine. Doesn't really fit in with what you're saying, does it? Anyway. He's a good dude, so he didn't respond by telling me that if I was going to be that way, I'd just lost an ally. What is so much thinking for him? You really think you know how people operate, don't you? And darling, you really don't. He actually heard what I was saying and, I think, internalised it. What? Again? Oh, really? And realised the irony of asking a woman to emotionally support him as he processed all the burdens he and his cohort have asked women to bear. Incredible. I think he realised the irony of asking a woman to emotionally support him as he processed all the burdens men created. Fucking civilization, you cheeky bastard. He and his cohort have asked women to bear. Well, he hasn't raped anyone. You said it yourself. He's a good dude. Yeah, he's a good dude. However, these burdens, he and his cohort. Oh yeah, you might not have sexually assaulted anyone, but you're a man, so fuck you. Then I felt kind of bad. I'm not fucking surprised, because remember, everything is terrible. Then I felt kind of bad. He was looking for things to do. Most of them are pretty obvious. The stupid man. You know what, men? It's not like they pretty much developed science. It's not like they pretty much invented medicine and engineering, literature, history, technology. The stupid man. God, he was looking for something, dragging his knuckles around, dribbling, raping children on the way. I'm surprised he didn't work it out. He's not like a clever woman. Oh my God, check it. I didn't even see that coming. Most of them are pretty obvious, but maybe he needed the weight of a woman pointing those things out to him. The weight of a woman? Is this some kind of fat positivity, or are you just talking about the gravity that female dom has over mankind? Maybe you do too. Thanks. Didn't see that coming. So I shared a version of this list on Twitter. It's neither comprehensive nor without flaws. Nobody's perfect, femtard. But if you're a man unsure what you can do right now to support women, I'm not unsure of what I can do right now to support women. I'm just not choosing to. I don't separate men and women when I'm looking how I can support people. I'm an egalitarian. Do you see what I mean? I'm not sexist. Yeah? Okay, we can continue now. But if you're a man unsure of what you can do right now to support women, instant changes you can make this very second in your daily life that will make life better for women. Oh, hang on, what about making life better for men? What about the men? 4 out of 5 suicides are male. Over 90% of homeless people are men. Most of them are ex-military who went abroad and fought for you. Over 90% of workplace deaths are men. Men get more time for the same crime than women. Men hardly get to see their kids. It's all up to the women. And you want me to sit around and think about how I can make life better for women because Louis C.K. asked someone if she'd watch him masturbate? Jesus, I would say Louis is a fucking victim here. Nonetheless, it's a bonus for men too. Ha ha ha, the idiots. Here you go. Wow. And then we go from that. Look at this list. Overcome your transphobia. What? What? I haven't got it. Not transphobic. What? Hang on. Trans women are women. Trans men are men. Hang on. Accept the lived truth of non-binary and gender non-conforming people, whether or not they are women. What? Hang on. Look, welcome to the contemporary world. Look at that sentence. Let me read you this out. This is now in a nutshell. Accept the lived truth of non-binary and gender non-conforming people, whether or not they are women. Wow. Be pro-choice and vocal in support of reproductive rights. What? Hang on. What the fuck has this got to do with sexual harassment? Oh, you just want us to be nice to men. And there you go, to women. And there you go. And that's my point here. They're taking the demonization of men, the demonization of masculinity, of its toxicity, the very core of your being if you're a man. They are guilting you, guilt you, shame you, letting you know that everything that defines you is evil, is bad, is horrible, is damaging, is violent, is hideous. And then when you are finally broken, what will they tell you to do? How to dedicate your life to making women's life better. Absolutely insane. Support subsidised birth control. Yeah, no problem. What, am I going to get my condoms for free? Is that what you're saying? Support women's healthcare. What about men's healthcare? What about just supporting healthcare? Support women's preventative healthcare. What about just supporting preventative healthcare? What about men? I don't get this. Support medical trials that include or even prioritise women. Why? I mean, it just goes without saying that you should do this. And if you don't, that buzzer's going off, you fucking Nazi. Support non-taxed menstrual products. No, it's a free market. Are you going to support non-taxed arse-wiping products? Because I need them as well. Ask your workplace if tampons and pads are free. And if they're not, advocate. Why? No, you have to pay for shit, darling. Just because you're a woman, I know you're a princess and every little individual one of you girls is a princess, but really you have to pay for shit as part of being an adult. Get over any embarrassment you have. No one's embarrassed. It's just people are a bit funny about blood. Yeah, I've seen women do it too as well. It's weird. Vocally advocate at your workplace for longer and more egalitarian paid parental leave, whether or not parenthood is part of your life. Advocate for lactation spaces. Advocate for on-site or subsidised childcare. Yeah, go on, just put all your time and effort into helping out people that aren't you. Can't imagine what will happen if everyone done that. Tell your elected officials that you are a man who votes and you prioritise women's issues when you decide who to vote for. Then actually prioritise women's issues when you decide to vote for. Understand that women's issues are your issues. No, my dear. You need to understand that women's issues are not men's issues. Men's issues are men's issues. Whenever you're in a group composed of only men, whether it's social work, church or whatever, ask yourself why there are no women present. Then ask out loud. Force an honest answer. Don't need to, I can tell you. Because men like spending time together. Men used to have loads of different ways of spending time together. Slowly but surely, those institutions have been taken away. No, you're not allowed to spend time with other men. We know what you're doing, sharpening knives and planning your next rape spacade. No, I know why there are groups of only men, because men like other men's company. Yeah, it's weird that, isn't it? It doesn't happen so well with women. I know you bitching each other all the time and exceptionally competitive, but men quite like being around men. And you know why? One of the reasons is they don't want any women there, and that's okay. Men and women are different. Cultivate genuine, intimate, non-sexual friendships with women. Who the fuck do you think you are talking to? Listen, if someone can read, they know this is basic. Seek out women to be your heroes and mentors. No, don't you ever do that, men. Don't live in that really weird, artificial space. Find heroes. They will come to you. You don't go looking for heroes and mentors. You don't wake up one day and go, I'm going to go to the library, see if I can find a hero or a mentor. You stumble across them in your journey of life. And if they inspire you, if they're amazing, if they are heroic, if they are mentors, yeah, take them on. If they are men, great. If they are women, great. It doesn't happen the other way round. That's such weird affirmation. That's such really weird. My love, the carousel is a lie. Anytime you see a building, street, institution, etc. named for a man, see how long it takes you to spot another one named for a woman. Anytime you see one named for a woman, oh, but for Christ's sake, man, what is this? Is this cryptic puzzling? Check to see if it's something orientated specifically towards women, children or families. The odds are good, it will be. Yeah, what's your point? What's your point? Things were named after men. Our life must be awful. Yeah. Remember all those battleships that went to war? Yeah. There she goes. Ask yourself what things you do. Ask yourself what things you don't do for whatever reason that you're. Oh, hang on, what the fuck? Ask yourself what things you don't do for whatever reason that you also think of as something women tend to do. Oh, okay. So, send birthday cards. Care about skincare? Try doing it for a while, just to see what it's like to be a person who does the thing. Absolute retardation achieved. Put on some moisturiser, just to see what it's like. To see what it's like to be a person who does the thing. See what it's like to be a person who does the thing. Talk less in all spaces at all times at a lower volume. Amazing. You're a man. You're toxic. You've got masculinity. You're evil. You're a rapist. Talk less in all spaces and all times at a lower volume. Fuck you, Helen Rosner. When you need support, reach out to men as well as women. Work to be a person your friends of all genders can reach out to when they need support. Create a culture of openness around yourself. What the fuck has this got to do with anything? Thanks, love. You can tell me how to tie my shoelaces in a minute, you patronising, condescending, libtardation fuck. Consume media marketed to women. And if you're surprised why you've hung yourself by the end of it, don't be. It was marketed towards women. Don't perform your consumption. You know what? That reminds me of when, you know, you get these proper leftards and they go, I refuse to enact that labour. Don't perform your consumption. Yeah, buy shit you don't want. That's what that means. Buy stuff that you don't want. Okay? That's her advice. That's how you can stop raping women, by buying stuff you don't want. You can guarantee this woman's kitchen mirror is just a proper woman's paradise. I bet there's absolutely no masculine objects there. Deprogram your... Find a local concentration camp. Deprogram your beliefs about thinness being an optimal state of feminine beauty. No, you're confusing me for the gays and the women that work in the fashion industry. Nah, men don't really like it. Some do. Most don't. Yeah, weird that, isn't it? Have a look at glamour models. Have a look at porn models. Have a look at the stuff that actually sells to men. Yeah, they're not those stick thin banshees you see on the cover of Cosmopolitan and Marie Claire that women are looking at, are they? Ridiculous, darling. You want to stop performing your consumption. Jerk off without porn for a while. What the fuck has my wanking got to do with you? What? Hang on. Why do people put edit in? You had time to edit it without saying it. Is that just style? Is that just cool? Is that kudos? Yeah, we're a medium and we're cool. This should really be pay for your porn. What? Hang on. Why? There's plenty of free porn. Pay for it. In particular, seek out and pay for porn that's made by women, queer people. You can't make this up. This is incredible. In particular, seek out and fucking pay for. Why is that important? Porn that's made by women, queer people, and people of listen, heterosexual male who fancies white women, go and watch some black gay porn and fucking pay for it while you're there. What world do they want? The carousel is a lie. Just be other. Be other than who you are. Ignore yourself. Fake your life. Be artificial. Play their game. Abide by their rules. Become a collective. Terrifying. Watch some queer black porn and fucking pay for it. I'm going to give you some advice. Watch the porn that gets your rocks off. And if you can do it without paying for it, all the more's the better. Consume sexual culture as thoughtfully as you would consume any culture. Yeah, maybe, but a lot of the time it's better without thinking. Just let it wash over you like sexy, sexy times. When you're there with your lover, just let it embrace you. Make it passionate, make it dirty, make it disgusting, make it violent, make it threatening, make it sexual. Basically, that's what it is. Jesus. Thanks to Gillian and others for helping me reframe this. Oh, can you imagine these utter cunts sitting around in the medium offices? You know, I don't really know. What I'm trying to say is, and someone actually said, well, you know, you should tell the raping Neanderthals that they should watch porn that's made by princesses and queer people and people of colour. Yeah, sure. How many queer people and people of colour are making porn for straight people who like white people? Because if they are, I tell you, they should fucking stop performing their production. Learn about racism and intersectionality. It's hard not to, darling, because it's murder of the brain by a million cuts. It's coming at us left, right and centre from all media platforms at all times. I advise you to do the opposite. Unlearn it. Find out what it actually means. And do everything you can to empower and amplify black women and non-binary women of colour. Why are these 0.05% of the population getting so much airtime? Who gives a shit about 10 people for every zillion who dress up in their mother's clothes? It just doesn't matter, especially if they're black as well. So no. I will be doing everything I can to empower and amplify people who are making sense. Do you understand me, Helen Rosner? I will literally be doing everything I can to empower and amplify people who are making sense. I will not distinguish by their race, their colour, their creed, their class, their gender, their sexuality. If what they're saying makes sense, I will do my best to amplify it, because it is important that people hear rational, logical, sensible thought. I will not raise the voices of idiots just because they happen to be black and wearing a dress, you idiot. Detach yourself from strawman definitions for hot button issues, intersectionality, cultural appropriation, political correctness, preferred pronouns, etc. Detach yourself from strawman definitions. You know what that means? No, believe them. Don't believe what you've managed to work out from looking at statistics, facts, figures, loads of different articles, loads of different interviews, your own research, what has happened when you've looked at patterns forming, etc., etc. No, ditch all that. And learn what they're really about. Learn what they're really about. You're feeling tired. Your eyes. Oh, you're feeling tired now. Lay back. Lay back. Your eyelids are feeling heavy. Oh, that's it. You deserve a break. Learn what those things are really about. Unpack the real meanings behind phrases like SJW and feminazi. Believe people when they say they're in... You weak fuckwit. You are a drain on society. No, these people have already learnt what they're really about. What you mean is detach yourself from what you've learnt and go with what we've learnt. Not a chance. And tagged on the end there, just to make the whole thing more surreal than it already is. Believe people when they say they're in pain. Prioritise kindness. Well done, basics. How do I tie my shoelaces? Befriend children. What do you think men are? Why do you think men need to be told that? It's fucking absurd. And you know what, Helen Rosner? You deserve everything you have not got. In your self-created, self-aggrandizing, self-righteous, paranoid life, that you think men need telling about that because they're animals or something. Ridiculous. Fuck you.